button that makes it go live. There it is. No, you weren't supposed to see that straight. Every time I get this wrong. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a live-ish, as in it's live, but I'm not, review for the ZOE RBA and tank. And this will be, I'm going to try and avoid chat as much as I can, because I always get distracted by chat and end up talking shit and just having the crack. But I will, where I can. If people have questions, I'll try and answer them. And we'll try and keep this on the straight and narrow as much as we can. I will say it's, what's the temperature? It's currently 22 degrees. I'm in a very small shed. I have a light in front of me here. I have a light here and a door closed. And it's getting really, really warm in here. So if I go rather quickly, then please forgive me. But thank you to those that are actually here just now and those that are watching live. I do appreciate it. But we'll give it a couple of seconds. I'll wait until more folk, or let's face it, it's a Monday afternoon. A beautiful sunny day. Who wants to be watching a fat old man in a shed sweating his ass off talking about vape gear? Not me, for one. But there's... Hello. Right, I'm going to have a quick... what am I going to do? I'm going to have a vape before we get going. Yes, this will do nicely on my Delro D650. And inside, for those that are curious, I do have... it's that new RBA from Vapor's Cloud. It's a prototype one. Looks like there's a bit missing. I've been puffing away with that, so we'll... it's hotter than a smackhead spoon and a benefit. I like that. I like that. Alice, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. An air conditioning unit in Scotland is kind of... we have those things already. They're called doors. As in, we just open them. It's just... for the amount of hot weather we actually get in this country, it's not worth it. But anyway, thank you. Right, let's crack on with this. For those that don't know, Fakirs mods. I've been reviewing their gear for years, years and years and years. They were supposed to be at the Hall of Vape with this gear. They were releasing the ZOE RBA, the tank, and the mod. I think it was the V2, but they never made it. There was no release, as far as I know, at the Hall of Vape. But they sent this gear on. It arrived the week after the Hall of Vape. I've had it for a while. I've got the different kits. There are different kits, so I will show them all off to you. To be clear at the start, I have been using this gear. I've had a mouth to lung, restricted direct lung, and a direct lung build through the lot. So it's been used, okay? Just to make that clear. The only one I haven't really used a lot of is in mouth to lung, but what we'll do here just now is we will do a build with the mouth to lung deck, just to let you know. So we're going to get some of the specs out the way at the start, just so you've got them to hand. Each RBA, you can buy the RBA as a whole, and it comes with pins, and it's €110. So you can buy the mouth to lung set or kit, and you can buy the direct lung kit. If you bought the mouth to lung kit, you can also then later, each one costs €110, you can go and buy the direct lung or the mouth to lung set, which will give you a brand new chimney, top cap and set of pins, and that's €60. So just to make you aware of that. We'll put a cardi on. I'm not putting a cardi on, trust me, no. But what I'll do is just show you this just now, and we've got it here. So this is the direct lung kit, if you like, and you can see that it's going to come. Here's giving you some of the specs here. So the inner hole diameter on this one is 4 mil, so that's diameter of the chimney, obviously, and it's 316 Ti, so it's the, you know, the stainless steel's titanium stabilized, if you like. The deck air pins are 2.2, 3, 3.5 and 4. Now if we find the I'll go off and have a look, and we'll find the mouth to lung one. So the mouth to lung one is there you go, it's 2.5. The chimney inner diameter is 2.5. This is really they've got their mouth to lung game going on here. And the deck air pins are 0.8, 1.2, 1.5, 1.8. So that's what you've got on the RBAs. We also, what I am going to show you is, and I'll just get them up just now. These are 65 euros each, if I remember correctly, and it's their tanks. I don't know if you can hear that, that's just a plane going overhead. But yeah, a bit like the arch tank, the uni tank and so on. You know, you can put your RBAs inside these tanks. The only thing, don't let me forget to measure the capacity. I have to remember to measure the capacity. It's the one thing I haven't checked. I always forget something. So that's everything we're going to have a look at, and let's go down and have a look at the uppy closey stuff. So I'll not see chat, so I apologise for that, but let's crack on. Right, I know I've shown the specs, but I'm going to go back and just open them up on my own screen, because I know somebody's going to come along and ask me, and I'll forget. Right, these do come in cardboard boxes as well. But on the base you've got, you know, everything written on here telling you what's what, and what is what. These are the tanks here. So we'll start with the tanks just to show you these at the start. So we've got a 22 and a 24 mil one. Now we'll actually use one of these today. I'm going to be completely honest here. I've been using this a certain way, and I'm pretty sure it's the way that it has to be used. If I'm wrong, this could be very embarrassing, but I will admit that I'm wrong if somebody else points out. But you can see we've got ZOE down here and here. We've got airflow holes going around the base. I'm going to get my little doodah caliper out because there's something I wanted to check actually. Yeah, it's about 2.5 mil. The air hole size is round the base, all the way around, and basically to get your RBA in, you take this off. You've got this bit here, and if you've seen the arch tank and uni tank, you'll know how all this works. But the way I've been filling it is pretty much, yeah, sliding the glass down like that. So you have to actually pretty much fill it through here, and that's how I've been doing it. Once again, I don't know if this is absolutely correct, but yeah, it's the way I've been doing it. And the only other thing I never thought to check, yeah, it's kind of on a floating positive pin in the bottom there. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. You can see the contact pin coming up there. And then I can push that back down. It's not spring loaded or anything, but there's no reason why it shouldn't work with any RBA, especially given the size of the RBA they have themselves. But we will use it. I will show you me getting this wrong, but that's the tanks. What was I going to do? Oh, Paul Paulson's here. Thank God for that. I can go home. My life is complete. because Paul completes me. Right, so 22 and 24mm. Are they both the same size? I never thought to check that. Well, obviously the diameter's different. Yeah, they're still the same height. Back in the box. Back in the box. Right, put this somewhere safe where I won't forget about them. Watch this, I'll forget about them. Right. RBAs. So, what we've got here. Don't forget. So this is a complete kit. This is everything that comes with the deck, the top cap, the pins, everything. So this is €110. This is just the direct lung set. So it's just the top cap and the pins. This is €60. Or you could have bought them the other way around, if you get my gist. I've already told you what sizes the pins are, but we're going to come back to this because I want to show you the wicking holes on this. So if I forget to mention wicking holes, somebody shout at me. I'll put it somewhere where I can see it, that way I won't forget. You do get spare O-rings with it here as well. There's no post screws, which is unusual. You do get the Allen key, but you know, you usually get post screws included, spares. I wonder if there's anything in the bottom. Arr, arr, arr. No. That's unusual, shall we say. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. I would like to have seen spare post screws, because they're tiny wee buggers, and as you well know, we always drop them and we always lose them. But here we go. Once again, this is 316 Ti, and I gave you the dimensions on the chimney. What did I say it was? Was it 2.5? There's 2.5 in the mouth to lung and 4mm, or was it 4.5? I can't remember. It was 4mm. Sure, it was 4mm in this and 2.5 in this. But look at the diameter. Should be good for mouth to lung. I know this works really well in direct lung. The other thing is the size of the wicking holes. See the size difference there? Big difference. So if I take my deck off just now, because the decks are the same, and then you look at the size of the wicking hole now, yeah, quite a bit there, quite a bit. Okay, I've done my bit. I remember to show you the size of the wicking hole. The chimney is held on by 2 O-rings, or 1. I just made that up. I'm just a compulsive liar. Typical reviewer, we just make it up as we go along. But you can see that the styling on it is really smart. And the finishing, I have next to no issues with this finishing either. It's done quite well. So pop that in there. That's held in there nice and tight. ZOE down there. Nice little accents. And that be that. So onto the deck. The only thing I'm going to say about the deck is it is 510 threaded, and I usually find that I need to take the collar off to, you know, catch. The only thing is that this collar is highly polished, and if like me you're always covered in e-liquid and so on, it can be a bit of a pain in the bahookie, as we like to say here, to get it off. Because it's highly polished, so sometimes you need a cloth or something. But you can see you've got an O-ring underneath there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to double check this. I'm going to tighten it right up, and see, there is a good amount of threads there. Let me just double check this. No, that's, see, definitely going to have to remove the collar to get that on, because, well, as I said, that's what I have been doing. So we'll take this collar off just now. There we go. Off she comes. Did I just unscrew the air pin as well? I did, didn't I? because I'm a muppet. All the air pins, actually it comes written on them what they are. You've got the peak insulator. The positive post doesn't come falling out when you remove the airflow pin either, which is good. And just tighten that up by finger, and there we go, there's our post deck. Pretty straightforward one, this. And let's who have we got here? I'm just rubber gloves. Yes, pain on what? Oh, Eunice. Oh, here we go. Get pumped with your false excitement. Right. What am I using here? A TX5 for this one, and I'm going to use the 0.8 as well pin on this. There we go. You see the post holes there, just straight slots. What will I do this on? I'm just going to do that. No, will I do it in my build tab? I'll do it in the mod. What the hell? I'm using a garage mod today, which I picked up at the Hall of Vape, which is... Why is this not going in? Go in, damn you. Squeeze down. Turn. There we go. Right. Let's get on with this. And coil wise, I'm going to use a PC coil. Mouth to lung clapped in, 1 ohm, full NI80, and from PC Coils, the lovely Peter and Elsa. So, excuse me whilst I go and find things to break here. Right, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Look at this. This is just going to go in. I mean, obviously there's no way to rest my coil in there, but I'm just going to pin it like that. Wrap it around the back. Tighten that down gently. Where am I? I can't see what I'm doing. I'm that far away from the mod that I can't see what I'm doing now. Did I tell you I'm a professional? Ha ha ha. See? This is how you highlight issues. Look at this. I just don't know why when they design these things, they don't, you know, this used to be a common thing back in the day, and most people knew about it. You always took the post screw to make sure it was hitting right against the side, and that way your legs wouldn't do that. So there's a bit of a negative, a bit of a negative there, or that might be the positive, I don't know. There we go, got it now. I've got it now. And same on the other side. Right. To be fair, there's not much that I have to tell you here, because most of you guys that are in here watching this, you know exactly what's going on here. Yep. That'll kind of do me. We'll have, where's my snips? I've lost my snips. Make sure I get it flush. Same again. That's sticking out a little bit there, so I need my flathead screwdriver. I really need my better glasses. These glasses are shit. Make sure I don't push the fire button while I'm doing this. That's my normal party piece. Give this a little fire. I should only be at 11 watts here just now. Find the cap. Want to make sure that this isn't shorting out here. It's not shorting out, that's reading the right resistance, or close to the right resistance, I should say. I'm going to have a quick squint at chat to see who's... Nobody likes loose lead, don't forget the VAT. Thank you, Dom. I want a refund of my Patreon money. Patreon's free, don't forget that. Patreon's $1.99 plus VAT, which you get refunded at the end of the year if you're over 57, Scottish, from Fife, and have grey hair. I've lost my juice. Where's my juice? Here's my juice. Make sure I get this quenched a little bit so I don't do my usual burn myself to bits. Would have been better if I'd done that at the start, yeah? Cotton, we'll use a bit of Cloud 9 from the wonderful, wonderful people at Vapor Bay. Mr. Mackenzie, I hope you're finished doing your deck. Right, I've got cotton here. I'll not use as much cotton as Grim Green. I watched a Grim Green vlog the other day there. I swear to God, he had an entire sheep pulled through his coil. It was amazing. I thought I wasted a lot of cotton. He puts me to shame, that boy. Right, here we go. So, there's no rocket science going on here. There's nothing you have to, yeah, usual. I'm just popping my cotton in, pull it up. You see how it's sitting there. Grab my snippy snips. I'm going to cut it just outside, not cutting it flush, I'm cutting it outside edge like that, because I'm actually going to push a lot of this back inside. I just find it, personally for me, I just find it wicks better that way. Then take this back off, and we'll soak this up. Give it a little test fire again. There we go. Right. So pop this back on here. And then grab, where's my pointy tool? I've lost my pointy tool. Medic, pointy tool. And then I just tend to poke it back in. Once again, you've seen all this before, you know what you're doing. You don't need me to tell you what to do. And if you know a better way to do it that way. As long as your coil's glowing red and you're getting vapor, then you're good to go. Right, take this off just now. Take that off. I'm going to put this back on. And now I'm covered in juice, so I won't be able to tighten it up. You can do it. You can do it. Right, this will go in a standard borrow and all the rest of it, no problem at all. Okay, there's nothing to get excited about or worried about, or you know, all that stuff. What I am going to do just now is we're going to use the, what did I say we were going to use? Oh, the ZOE tank. Which one do I want? I want the, I'm going to go for the 22. There we go. Right, so see if I can remember how to do this properly. I'm just going to take that up there just now. I've forgotten how I did this now. Ah, we'll do this. They'll just go in like that, and that went down like that. I'm pretty sure it was down like that. Was it down like that? It must have been down like that. No, that doesn't feel right. What have I done wrong here? Is that sitting right? Hang on, let's try that again. That down. Where's my chimney? Chimney in. This in. Get some e-liquid on your O-rings as well. I have been using this, that's why it's sliding all over the place. But and that's that in. Before I do anything else, I just want to make sure that this is going to fire before I fully commit, because that's one of the downsides of these. Once you put juice in it, it's yeah, that's reading right, that's fine. Okay, right, so this is the way I have been filling it. Is once you've got it in there, you've got this collar on. As far as I can see, the only way to fill it is to slide that down like that and fill it through the side. If I'm doing it wrong, I'll eat humble pie, as I said. But I can't see any other way to. I was going to measure this, wasn't I? Too late now. Too late now. Let's just say, let's go with 5mm. Actually, I think it's going to be a lot more than 5mm, but pop that back up like that. Pop that back down like that. Screw this on, and there we go. There's the ZOE tank with the ZOE RBA inside, and we're going to use the mouth to lung drip tip as well that is supplied. Right, please don't leak all over me. I'd really appreciate that if you didn't leak all over me. Once again, this is from Garage Mods. This is a DNA 60. This was actually more of a prototype, this mod, but I think it's beautiful, and there we are. Right, here, I might have gotten away with this. Can you put the RBA in so it's not showing the cotton? Listen, mate, when you've got a pair of cojones and you can start your own YouTube channel, then you can criticise. Here we go. Shane, I know, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to measure, and I wasn't looking at chat, and it must tell me in the spec. Please tell me it tells me in the spec. It'd be so handy if it told me in the spec. Why didn't you tell me in the spec? I'm actually using a heavier VG here than I probably should have been. It's funny how people see things that that's reading exactly 1 ohm and it's vaping a treat. Strange though, it doesn't, even though that chimney is really tight, and it's a 0.8 pin, it doesn't feel, looking at this should be, it should be a real corker of a mouth to lung, really tight. But it doesn't feel it. Strange that. I honestly think and you can get into the whole discussion about, I know a lot of people think that throttling the airflow, you know, you've got all these, there's like 4 2.5mm air holes around the base of the tank, which is going into a pin which has a 0.8 hole at the top. Yeah, you can kick the ass out that discussion all day long. I mean, it's tight and it feels like a mouth to lung, but to me personally it feels more like closer to a 1. If that's the only way to fill it, it's a backward step. I'm going to be honest, I mean, for me, right, the tank itself is, filling it is, yeah, it's like an old Carto tank. It is literally like an old school Carto tank, filling it. It's really, it's very, very simple. The potential for things to go wrong are very high when you're doing it, and assembling it and everything, it's just, I'm not sure about the tank. It's pretty, it's good to look at, but it's, the Unitank V2 is very good as well. Yeah, we'll go there. The RBA, listen, I'm going to say the RBA is actually, I think, is very good. It's really good in RDL and DL. The size of the chamber inside as well is slightly different. Dane, a lot of red flags with this one. Well, that's, if you wouldn't mind elaborating on that, I'd be happy to discuss it. But yeah, so €110 for a full kit, mouth to lung or direct lung. If you want, you can spend another €60 and get a different top cap with the extra pins. It's entirely up to you what you go for. And I forget how much I said, €65, no, €60 for the extra kit, €65 for the 24mm or the 22mm tank. And how much does it weigh with a quarter tank? Just things like the filling, Dane, the filling, yep, that's fair comment. The post holes, can't help himself putting an etc in the end there. If you're going to say something, say it all. The post holes, I'll agree, that is a bit of a con. The post holes, and it's the second RBA I've had in a few weeks that's done this. The post screws aren't right up against the ends, so if you're using smaller wire, it gets spat out to the side, and it's yeah. I'll agree with you on those. I'll agree with you on both of these, Dane. I'll agree with you on both of these. In fairness, Shane, the arch, I'm going to agree with you 100% that as well. The arch is much the same. So much air coming in through from the bottom. You just never feel like you're getting that. Do you know what I should do? Flavour's excellent. I'm not going to knock the flavour. It's as good as anything else that's out there, in my humble opinion. I really, Jesus Christ, I want to do this in a live. I shouldn't do this in a live because this will just end in pain and misery. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the RBA out of this tank. I'm going to drain the juice off of it first, and I'm going to put this RBA into a borrow tank and see if it feels tighter in a borrow tank. Because right now, as I said, mouth to lung, it does feel tighter. This is going to end so badly. It's going to end so badly. Oh, Hartman, I'm already ahead of you. I'm already ahead of you in that one. Could do with the hook like a stubby tank too. I prefer the uni tank over this. Yeah, I mean, it's always the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. Options. That's the thing with the market the way it is, with total saturation on borrow gear and whatnot. The world's your oyster. Buy what you want. I'm just here to show it to you. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm going to get in such a mess here. Right, brace yourself. There may be some juice ahead. There may be some juice ahead. Right. Why do I do this to myself? And I will say on the base there, I forgot to say, it's very pretty stuff. I mean, this is the thing. It's like using, you know, your standard borrow tank. You know, if you want to get into the deck and whatnot, it's just a faff, and that's over tightened by me. See, I had high hopes of keeping this semi-professional, this video, and just getting out, showing you it, getting out, and job done. But now I'm getting covered in juice, and it's just going all wrong. Oh, it's such a mess. Right, that to one side. It's like a battle zone here. Do I have a borrow tank? Yes, here's one I made earlier. We'll use a snail tank, just because easy. Or it should be easy. On a good day, this will be easy. Will I put it in? I'll try it this way. I'll try it this way, and hopefully I will not pop. We'll go this way. Stay in. There we go. We're in the pipe. 5x5. Woohoo! Come on. Stop biting your nails. Right, juice again. Oh, you did. Oh no. Oh, I've got juice going all over my battery charger. Oh, you utter fucking Jesus. See, I knew I shouldn't have done this. This is just there. Right, we need a borrow mod. We need a mod. I literally have got juice everywhere. That's about 30 ml of juice is now leaking over everything here. Borrow mod. I'll tell you what. Well, I'm using my Delro D650, so we'll just quickly grab this, and hopefully I can do this and this, do that and that. Oh no, I need to do this first. Sorry. Push down. There we go. What were we at? We were at 11 and a, was it 11.5, 12 watts we were at? Let's go down to 12 watts. Right. Pop that on there. See, you can laugh, and I will add, this is normal in Patreon land. This happens all the time. You people in YouTube land don't normally get to see this disaster. See, that's much better. So like Shane was saying about the arch tank, if you ever had the arch tank and whatnot and you found more air coming through the bottom than you possibly wanted, the ZOE tank's the same. It's just, yeah, it just, if you're into restricted direct lung and direct lung, then woohoo, it's brilliant. But if you want a 0.8 draw, then I'm not sure. That's much better. Much better. That's happy Todd. I need to move things here before I blow myself up. Sorry. I'm just watching 30ml of juice eking its way across the worktop towards a power bank. So yeah, let's just do that up. Okie dokie. That is it for the ZOE RBA. The ZOE RBA I'm going to give a thumbs up to. I like the styling. It is smart. I do think the RBA looks smart. 316 Ti as well, which usually costs a little bit more. The pricing on it's not half bad. Obviously you don't get all the pins with it. You're going to go for a mouth to lung or a direct lung RDL setup. The mouth to lung setup goes from 0.8 up to 1.8. The direct lung RDL goes from 2 to 4, if I remember right. Only real cons I've got with the RBA are the post screws. I just wish they were closer to the post. The fact that the collar is super polished and can be a bit of a bugger to get it moving. That's really it. Flavors bang on with both of them, and that's it. The ZOE tank is it looks the part, it performs, it's as basic as a basic thing. There's no bells and whistles going on with that at all. You will get more airflow, as you already know and have heard me talk about, and that, as they say, is that. Now, if you have any questions other than what is the capacity of the tank, I'll gladly listen to them. Just to be clear, any questions other than the capacity of the tank? Sorry. I'll tell you what, I'll measure it out. I will measure it out and I'll put it in the description. Just okay. Right. I'm going to start tidying up and let's see. Chat. Can you imagine YouTube people get this for free? Shed antics. The outside air holes are also important. Dane, I'm not getting into that one. I'm not getting in. Seriously, that's one for the pub. That is one for the pub. I'm not going to sit here and preach to you or try and convert you to a train of thought. You know, what's more important, the air hole underneath or hitting the coil, the air hole on the outside of the tank, the diameter of the chimney, the diameter and length of your drip tip, what has the biggest factor on the drip? They all do. It's a combination of all these things. Or in my opinion it is. It's a combination of all these things. But yeah, there we go. Mick, may have missed you saying this, but is the RBA available on its own? Yes, you did miss us. I've said this twice. Mick, I know you're 85 years old, mate, but come on. The RBA is €110 if you buy the mouth to lung set, or €110 for the direct lung RDL set. If you want to buy the mouth to lung cap and pins, or direct lung cap and pins by themselves, it's €60. And the tank is €65 in 22 or 24 mil size. Capacity as is yet is unknown. What's the capacity in the borrow tank? Oh, you're right. What's the capacity of your desk? Capacity of my desk right now is 30 mils. The weight, we're not doing the weight. We're not getting into the weight. Blue tack in the air holes in the tank. Yep, we've all been there and done that before. Wish they'd done a 21700 instead. I'm holding out for the 18350 edition. Rudy, good evening from Indonesia. Good evening. That's me, done and dusted. Can't remember if I said Fakirs. I'm not sure if they're selling. Normally Steam Island in the UK used to get them in. I don't know if they are. But you can buy direct. They no longer, was it Turkey they were in? They're now in Bulgaria. I could be getting this very, very wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're actually sold and distributed from Bulgaria now, not in Turkey, so there's no issues with getting out of there. Can you vape your charger now? Probably. What a mess. Yeah, I'm going to have another vape of that. That's a really, really nice mouth to lung, that. It's weird. RDL and DL, I can give and take, you know, an extra couple of points on the draw, you know, but mouth to lung, I mean, I like 1 mil, 1.2 and whatnot and so on, and I don't vape 0.8 normally as my daily vape, but see if you get a really, really nice tight mouth to lung draw, but it's smooth. This is very smooth. I have to add that. There's no whooshy and sharpness and all that other crap that reviewers say on the draw. It's just very, very smooth. I'm not getting any juice coming down into the, you know, bouncing about that you get sometimes. It's just really, really nice. Sorry, Joseph. Oh my God! Hang on. Two brothers from the land of the pyramids have just arrived. Joseph and Mo. Well, Mo, they're not real pyramids, but anyway, those that don't know that joke won't get it. Because it's you, Joseph, and because I owe you so many favours, I am prepared to get very, very wet and show you. What can I demonstrate with that would be the easiest? I'll tell you what would be the easiest one. Let's go for the no idea. This is the unknown, which was nice and clean but is now covered in my fingerprints. Da, 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 da. Now then, is that? Ha ha ha! Right, now is this going to be like the arch tank? Remember we had a 22 and a 24 mil arch tank? Right. Let's get that out of there. Before I do anything else, we're going to try something else. Oh, look at all these clean RBAs that are now getting covered in juice. There's a steam shell as well. Nope. That's not going either. So the important dimension here is going to be, hang on just 2 seconds. So that's 19.2, just say 19.2. So I'd say 19 millimeters. If you're, no, that's not going to work. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be corner to corner, obviously. Yeah, see, that's 19.8 corner to corner. Don't measure it that way, please, because that's fault. That's not the reading you want. It's corner to corner. Right, put this away for a second because we're going to need to check the 24mm one, which should work. And so there's juice everywhere. I mean, everywhere here. I've never seen so much. There we go. Yeah, that's going to go in. So I think the short and sweet version is, if you have round RBAs, then they're going to fit in the 22. If you have rectangular ones like this, or the Lego bricks as Mr. Hinchliff says, then they're not going to fit in the 22 and you're going to need the 24. Joseph, thank you for bringing that one up, because if you hadn't, then I would have had to have come back and rechecked all that. So you've saved the day, my friend. Thank you very much. Someone say Lego, good afternoon Scotland. Kenny, you're just not, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Kiss my ass all you like, I'm still not going to kiss yours. Rounded shapes can go through, Paul. Yes. Now we're done. Unless Joseph has any questions, because Joseph seems to be the only grown-up in here that's asking relevant questions. Thank you to Fakirs for sending this gear on. And I should add that once again, as I said, with the ZOE tank there, it was the same with the arch tank as well. It's the same with the uni tank as well. Not all RBAs will fit inside. It's just, yeah. I'm going. Away you go. Thank you to Fakirs for sending this on. You've got all the information. Go and Google it if you want to find out any more, or wait for a serious, proper review from a vape professional other than myself. I need to open the door and get out of here. It's absolutely roasting, and nobody likes a hot, sweaty Scotsman. Where's the end? There's the end button. Thank you for watching.